Good morning, fathers of daughters. Welcome to Grow Dad YouTube channel and another live stream. It is Sunday, and I welcome all fathers, regardless of your ethnic group, background, and culture. Welcome to Grow Dad YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well today, fathers. Hope you had a blessed week. Hope your kids are doing well. Hope your family's blessed. Hope your wives are doing amazing and all this, everything in between. We're here for another live stream. Fathers of daughters. Bienvenidos en aquí to all my Spanish speakers. Fathers, you're welcome as well. So, fathers, we have another live stream today. And fathers of daughters, what I would like to discuss today is a topic. It's called Through the Lens of a Child. Okay? So, when we're parents and we have our children, and we're rearing them, birth to 18 years of age, kids have a certain lens that they look through. Kids have a certain lens that they respond to. And as parents, it's our responsibility to make sure that we meet our children where they're at, within their lens. A lot of parents find themselves in situations not knowing, a lot of times, fathers, how to respond to their children. So with our baby girls, when we are dealing with them and how they respond through their lens, right? Our little girls are going to be very emotional. A lot of times they're going to have emotional highs. They're going to have emotional lows. So we just want to make sure that we meet them where they're at through their lens, how they view the world, how they see the world, how they view adults, how they interact with adults. All kids are going to be different. And I'm the father of 4 adult daughters. So all my daughters had different personalities. They all had different perspectives. They were all unique little girls. And I really appreciated that about them, because it made me have to become a more diligent father. I had to look and deal with my daughters through their lens. I had to act accordingly with my daughters through their lens. So that's what we're going to be discussing today, fathers, is how it looks through the lens of a child. When a child is having behavioral problems, that's a different lens. When our children are not having behavioral problems, that's a different lens. When children are struggling, that is a different lens, okay? So fathers of daughters, we need to make sure that we are paying attention to our daughters' changes, birth to 18 years of age. We are definitely in the lead because we're their fathers. And our daughters are going to follow our lead. They are looking to us for protection and safety. And we just have to make sure, fathers, that we're on point. Not some of the time, all of the time. Because our baby girls are always going to be watching. I have some excellent videos today that I want to share with you, fathers. And we're going to be looking at through the lens of a child. And for a lot of parents that are new to parenting, this is going to be new. For you, for parents that have 2, 3, 4 children, it's not going to be new for you, but we're always in the stages of development with our children. Fathers, we're always in the stages of development with our daughters, birth to 18. So innovation a lot of times is going to be needed. Adaptation is definitely going to be needed, and adjustments. Because when we're dealing with children through their lens, we have to always meet them where they're at. Otherwise, most children will shut down with adults, and they know how to shut adults down. Kids are masterful with shutting adults down. I was blessed enough to work in the criminal justice system for 20 years. I'm a former state of Colorado juvenile probation officer, and I also worked in K-12 education for 10 years in Denver Public Schools. Former teacher, restorative justice coordinator, and dean of students. So, have a lot of experience working with children from all socioeconomic backgrounds and their parents. And I've been blessed my entire life being able to maneuver and work with children. I've always prided myself being able to work with kids. I'm good with children. I prefer children over adults. And children to me are a lot easier because they give me hope. Most adults you deal with, you got to deal with some layers of nonsense and foolishness. You already know when you're an adult, this is what we deal with. Politics and everything in between. Children are a lot more brave and a lot more direct and a lot more honest, I believe, my experience, than adults will ever be. So fathers, I'd like to go ahead and get started with this first video. This is interesting. This video, when I was doing my research, I came across this video and I watched it several times. It's from the BBC, and it was made in 1966, a year after I was born. So came across this video. I'm a researcher. I love to research. I'm a legal researcher, and I just love to research. So when I'm doing my research for my live streams and when I come across these incredible videos that I'm sharing with fathers, particularly the ones that were during the 60s or the 70s or even the 50s, if they go back that far on YouTube, I will share them with fathers if I believe that they're relevant and will help fathers become better, help them understand our sense of urgency that we need in order to build long-term sustainable relationships with our daughters. As you can see in the right-hand corners and left-hand corners is my book, Daddy's Girls. It is available at Amazon.com, and it is complimentary of my live streams, as well as my live streams being complimentary of my book. Okay, fathers, let's get it started and let's take a look at this first video. Let's see. Okay.
Well, in the year 2000, I think I'll probably be the spaceship to the moon dictating robots to robots, or else I may be, I don't know, in charge of a robot court, judging some robots, or I may be at the funeral of a computer, or if something's gone wrong with their nuclear bombs, I may be sort of coming back from hunting in a cave.
I don't like the idea of sort of getting up and finding you've got a cabbage pill to eat for breakfast or something.
Oh, I think all these atomic bombs will be dropping around the place. And it was one will get near the center because it will sort of make a huge melt, and the world will become one vast atomic explosion, and it will become like a supernova, stars.
Some madman will get the atomic bomb and just blow the world into oblivion.
There's nothing you can do to stop it. The more people who get bombs, the more somebody's going to use it one day.
Well, I think that it'll be so overpopulated that there'll all be wars, all nuclear explosions and everything. It'll make the Earth, too much radiation on it. It'll become too hot to live on. I think that there'll be no life at all really on the Earth.
I don't think there is going to be atomic warfare, but I think that there is going to be all this automation. People are going to be out of work and a great population. And I think something has to be done about it. If I wasn't a biologist, that's what I'd like to do something about the population problem. Try and sort of temper it somehow. I don't know how.
I think it'll be very dull, and people will all be squashed together so much there won't be any fun or anything. And people will be rationed to the amount of things they can have, because if they had too many things, it would just squash their houses, and there just wouldn't be room for them.
I think it'll be people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people.
I don't think it's going to be so nice. I think sort of all machines everywhere, everyone doing everything for you. You know, you'll get all bored, and I don't think it'll be so nice.
I think it's going to be very boring. And everything will be the same. I mean, people will be the same and things will be the same.
First of all, those computers are taking over now. Computers and automation. And in the year 2000, there just won't be enough jobs to go around. And the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, high IQ, who can work computers and such things. And other people are just not going to have jobs. There just aren't going to be jobs for them to have.
I expect they will set aside parts of the country solely for recreation and have large blocks of built-up areas. And I think these are going to be very ugly indeed, probably.
No, I don't think I'll still be on Earth. I think I'll be under the sea. I think the population will have gone up so much that either everyone will be living in sort of big domes on the Sahara, or they'll be under the sea. There'll be so many people that they'll have to have an overflow into the sea. And so there'll be houses underneath the sea and houses above the sea.
They're not going to have so many square houses, more curves and artistic designs instead of just sort of boxes like they've got nowadays.
People wouldn't be able to live in ordinary houses because that would take up too much room. It'd have to be in flats, piled on top of one another, like that. And the houses would be rather small, and everything would be cramped up, very cramped.
Animals as they have here, sheep and cows and livestock, but they'll be kept in batteries. They won't be allowed to graze on pastures. They'll be kept in buildings all together, all in one big building and artificially reared, so they'll yield be bigger and give more food.
All the Sputniks and everything that are going up sort of interferes with the weather, and I think the sea may rise and will sort of cover some of England. And there'll be just islands left from only the Highlands in Scotland and some of the big hills in England and Wales. I don't think all England will be wiped out because some of it will be too high. I think the sea will rise to about 300 to 600 feet.
It might freeze because the sun, I think, will probably burn out. And there's an ice cap coming down from North Pole. I think it will cover the Earth. It might have another ice age.
And I don't think there's anything to be frightened of. And lots of people think it's going to explode, but I'm certain it won't.
I think it'll be much more efficient. Because there'll be more cures for the diseases, and not so many people will get sick.
And the black people, won't be sort of separate. They'll be all mixed in with the white people. And, the poor people and rich people will become the same. Well, they will be poor and rich, but they won't sort of look down on each other.
I'm not looking forward to living in that year, about 50 years' time. I mean, the world seems to be in such a terrible state now, let alone in 50 years' time.
Okay, fathers, what are your thoughts on that video? That was such an interesting video for me when I came across it. And I just thought it was so interesting that you had these young people that in 1966 they were talking about, they weren't making predictions, but they were just talking about what, through their lens, what they thought the world in 2000 would look like. Very interesting. I would be interested to see what that whole, if it was a documentary or not. I haven't done research on that, but through the lens of a child, through children, this is what we get. This is interesting. They have a very unique perspective on life. They have very unique perspectives on how to get things done, and very intelligent young people. And that was nice. That was real nice for me to just hear what they were talking about, and trying to understand what the future would look like. Little boys and little girls are pretty much the same when they were talking. And a lot of things they talked about have come to pass with the rising of the sea because of global warming and those types of things. So I just found it interesting, and this is what Grow Dat YouTube channel does, is we make sure we provide educational and informational resources through instruction. That's what Grow Dat YouTube channel is all about. That's how I get down. That's what I'm interested in, and this is how I get back to fathers. So I appreciated that video, and I just wanted to share it, okay? Okay, fathers, here is the second video that I'm going to share today during the live stream.
Just as the baby needs time to learn to talk and walk, they also need time to learn how to see. So let's explore how the baby sees from the time of birth to the time where their eyes are fully functional. At birth, the child has a poor eyesight. The child will blink in response to bright light or when the eye is touched, but the eyes are uncoordinated. The child is able to stare at objects held at 10 inches, but perceives them only as dark or bright objects. The eyes try to follow, but have a hard time keeping up with the moving object. At 4 weeks, the child looks at faces, but is only able to perceive the world as contrasting black and white images. He watches objects more closely and can follow an object up to 90 degrees, but overall, the vision is still fuzzy. It's long before that the child actually starts perceiving the world as it is. But then it's just speck and white shapes moving. At about 2 months, babies usually are able to follow a moving light, faces, or object with their eyes as their visual coordination improves. They also begin to see objects as one single image. Babies also try to hold the contrast in front of them. This is also the age where the color vision starts developing and babies start noticing the different hues. By the age of 3 months, early stage in the development of recognizing faces and patterns begin. The baby's eyes start working together to focus and track objects. The baby begins to reach hands to objects in near proximity. At 4 months, your baby starts tracking faster movements with their eyes and also begin to develop depth perception. Babies try to grab at moving objects which are near, although their hand-eye coordination may not allow them to actually hold on to the target of attention. At 6 months, the child is able to see at longer distances. Eyes are capable of working together to form a three-dimensional view of the world. At this stage, a baby may recognize their parents across the room and smile at them. They start having a more understandable relationship with near and far objects. The eyes also have a near complete development of color vision, and your babies may start liking certain colors. At about 9 months, babies can generally judge distance pretty well and are able to comprehend small objects. They develop good tracking and toss objects with better hand-eye coordination. They can watch objects that are moving fast and usually judge distances well enough to grab something in their palms. It is important that you encourage crawling rather than early walking to help the child develop better hand-eye coordination. At 12 months, the child sees the world in 3 dimensions. The child recognizes familiar objects and pictures in books and may point to some objects when asked. They are often practicing memory by recalling what they look at pictures in books or photographs. They fixate, turn, and gesture for objects and actions. During this time, children realize that when they look in the mirror, they see themselves and not some other child. They are also able to place shapes in proper holes. Playing hide-and-seek games with toys or your face can help the baby develop visual memories. At age of 2 to 3, your child will have near adult vision. At this age, the child will be fine-tuning the visual abilities gained during infancy and developing new ones. They use their vision to guide other learning experiences. They are developing the visually guided eye-hand-body coordination, fine motor skills, and visual perceptual abilities necessary to learn to read and write. Stacking building blocks, rolling a ball back and forth, or assembling blocks together. These toys all help improve their important visual skills. It is important that your child gets a thorough and complete eye examination at this age. This will include all aspects of vision, meaning how well your child sees, is the child able to focus properly, are both the eyes working in coordination, and also the color vision. Remember these fantastic 4 from preventing your child from being the 1 in 4. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel for more informative videos.
Okay, fathers, parents, what are your thoughts on that video regarding our babies? You new parents, what are your thoughts? I appreciate that video. It was really, I believe it was very informative, and
I don't know where to sign.
it, it covered quite a bit, actually. Good information, particularly for newer parents of these stages of development, fine motor skills and seeing, addressing the 5 senses that all humans are blessed with by God. So I just wanted to share that video with you, fathers of daughters, parents, particularly you new parents. I came across it, got a chuckle out of it. It takes me back to when my daughters were little girls, and just I loved everything about the stages of development, birth to 18. I was so engaged with all of my daughters, and they taught me a lot, taught me how to love them, taught me how to be unconditional, and just taught me how to become a better man, better human being. So I appreciate that video. It was very, very informative, I believe, and would love to hear your comments, fathers. Feel free to comment, subscribe, like, share. Feel free to subscribe, like, share to my YouTube channel. Feel free to share my videos. Feel free to do a reaction video of your own if you want to. I invite you all. So, okay, parents, let's take a look at this this next video. This next video, when I came across it, it just really grasped my attention. it is a discussion between a little boy and a 57-year-old man through the lens of a child. And I just, this is a great video. So I wanted to share it today, fathers, and, get your opinion on it. But gotta love kids, because you never know what's going to come out of a child's mouth and just how they process through their lens. So next video.
Oh, you have yours. What's that? Okay.
I don't know where the questions. I don't know where the song is.
Well, will I ask you a question, the first one? Right. What is the worst thing about being young?
Well, you get lots of homework. It's also pretty. They're like in the middle, like in school, like in the middle of bad and good.
Oh.
What is the worst thing about being old?
Not being able to do things that you could do when you were young.
Like, you can't bend down and get stuff on the floor.
Well, you can still do that, but the problem is your body gets a bit stiff.
I know it hurts a lot when you try to get down when you are
That's
old.
right, yes. You might get sick more often. Hopefully I don't. But that's the problem.
That's pretty bad.
It is pretty bad.
The only time I went to a hospital is my mom to get me born.
Oh, yeah. Do you wish you were old?
Maybe. So I was old and I can buy stuff for my own and have been married, but that'll be ew. Do you wish you were young? Why?
Well, the problem about, the great thing about being young is you have more time. You have more time to do things. I could play games, which I did. I used to play Cowboys and Indians.
Yeah, that's what I play.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's what I like about being young. I could use my imagination more.
That's a sad story. You can't do that anymore.
Well, I could be an older cowboy. I might do it yet. Will you fall in love? And what will it be like?
I don't know. We'll have babies, it'll be fun. I'll have to change. Even though I'll have to change his diaper, it'll be fun.
Ah.
But what about if he cries?
Ah, well.
I'll just sing Ed Sheeran to him,
And who do you love now? Who do you love now?
Yeah. My mom.
Your mom? Your dad?
Yeah, I like my family. Did you fall in love? What was it like?
Yes, it was different for me. I fell in love late.
And did you get married?
No, unfortunately, my partner, she passed away. She died, unfortunately. That was a sad thing. Yeah, she got sick.
I'm gonna cry.
No, don't. No. It's these things happen, Sean. That's life. But I have very good memories. Very good memories. And you live, a lot of the time you live in your head with memories. You can remember all the good things, and that's the important thing. Well, the advice I would give to you, Sean, is you don't have to be rich to be happy. Do the things you like doing that make you feel good. Because when you're happy yourself, everybody else is happy.
Hey, Sean, do you have advice for Des?
To act normal. Don't be silly. Don't bully lots of people. The people I know in school, like my friend Alex in school, whenever he gets hurt, I hug him. I might not be able to work, but...
Oh, that's a good advice. And be yourself. Don't let other people tell you what you should be. Just be as you are. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
And I'm sure your life is going to be very successful. You have all the right things. You have all the right things to do. All your good friends. And keep those friends going. And keep life going. Oops. There you go.
Okay. Fathers, parents, what are your thoughts? That was an excellent video. Gotta love our kids, man. Gotta love our kids. I mean, that was just very heartwarming, you know, and it's I know working with kids for as long as I did was just, it was such an eye opener because through their lens, they just see everything different. And it's appreciative because I learned so much from children. They really taught me a lot. And I could talk to young people all day. They're just the way their minds work. They're so creative, and you know, kids are just, they're innocent and they're loyal, and they never want to disappoint adults. They just don't. It's not their nature. So I wanted to share that because I thought it was a very interesting video through the lens of a child. Gotta love kids, man. Gotta love kids. And I'm so appreciative of my 4 adult daughters, having them in my life, and just enjoying how they're moving and how they're rocking in their adult lives. I'm grateful, totally grateful for how they turned out, and blessed. So gotta love our babies because they don't stay little forever. You know, before you know it, they're born and then they're 18 out of the house and doing their thing. And all you have is those memories, you know? So enjoy your babies when they're little because it goes so fast, parents. It goes so fast. 10, you pretty much, 18 years, excuse me, birth to 18, that's pretty much just 2 decades before they are young adults and making their own decisions and doing their own thing. And so, yeah, that was an excellent video, and just wanted to share it because I thought it was needed and necessary. Okay, fathers, here's the next video that we have now. This next video that I'm getting ready to show you, I came across it as well, and we have kids speaking with adults with dementia. And once again, another amazing video. And, you know, kids are funny. Kids are funny, man. They just, the innocence of a child through their lens. Amazing. Just amazing. But came across this video. I love doing the research for my live stream. So I always narrow it down to between 6 to 8 videos. Hopefully I can get them all for about 5 minutes a piece. Sometimes they're longer, but I try to stay within that range. But kids are amazing. I wouldn't trade my daughters for anything in the world. I'd do it all over again the exact same way because I loved fatherhood. So next video, fathers.
Hello. Hello.
Give me 5.
How old are you?
I'm 60, I think.
Do you sometimes do silly things?
I put milk in the washing machine.
Do you still go out on dates?
On dates? No, I go to buy dates, but
Left the house without any trousers. And
What was you like when you was a teenager?
sometimes I was good, sometimes I wasn't. I had a lot of boyfriends.
Can you still kiss people when you have Alzheimer's?
Yes.
Did you dye your hair pink because you have dementia?
That's a very good question.
I love your hair. Do you know how babies are made? Who looks after you?
Your wife, Vivian, the boss.
Do you ever get lonely?
Yes, I do. Very, very lonely. I'm on my own now, so I have to make the best of it.
I know that one day I'm going to wake up and not know who anyone is.
Do you have any life advice for me?
My advice would be
Have you forgotten?
I have, yes.
Make sure you tell the people that you love them.
Treat every moment as though it's your last.
Stay away from boys.
It was nice talking to you.
Okay, fathers, parents, needed to share that video because kids can bring out the best of any adult in any situation. I believe that. They, what I appreciate about that video is just, through a child's lens, just their innocence. And, children just go about their lives, however they go about their lives, through love, through commitment, through understanding, in their own little world. And, I've never met a child in my life that I've worked with that didn't want to be held accountable. And children they're brutally honest. When the little girl asked him if he forgot, that was just too cute. That was too cute. So yeah, we gotta enjoy our elders while they're here, because they too will transition and leave their experiences and their life experiences for us to learn from and share within our families and to pass down to all generations that are coming behind us. So that's a great thing. And like I said, you can learn so much from being around children. I've always felt safe around kids. They're pleasant, naturally kind, and just very adventurous. So it's a good thing, parents. It's really a good thing. Okay, this next video is kids talking about where babies come from. I wanted to share this one as well. I thought it was cute. So let me get this up, fathers, and we'll get it shown here. Well, kids, it's called Kids Explain How Babies.
Where do you think?
It's called Kids Explain How Babies Are Made. So once again, of a child, you never know what their explanation is going to be, but kids, hey, they're gonna explain it their way. So here we go, fathers.
Where do you think babies come from?
They sell them at hospitals sometimes.
Oh, they sell them at hospitals?
Mm-hmm. They're in like cages that you want.
How much do they cost?
$10. I was a baby. They had to cut my mom's stomach and they had to stitch it up. They come from up in heaven, and that's all I know.
Is there another way?
Yeah.
Just use the nice words.
Well, it comes where in the private spot. Usually at the marriage, the two couples kiss, and then the man gives the woman something to help the baby hatch. They like little sperms, and then they race, and then the woman becomes pregnant and really fat. Come on, let's do it. Okay, let's get to my house.
Uh-oh, I have a baby in my tummy. Let's go to the hospital. Got out my baby. Yay, let's go home. Now she's 5. Ooh, let's go to the park. Yay.
I'm just curious of what that was. I didn't know what this whole...
That was kissing.
Oh, okay. So I kissed mommy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they come from yeah.
Okay, that was a short video, fathers. I had to share that. Those kids are too cute. They're funny. You know, when kids get embarrassed, they could go a whole different direction. And appreciate children, man. That was a good video. Oh my Lord. Okay, kids explaining where babies come from. Wow. Yeah. Okay, fathers. Let's get into this next video. And it is a video that is explaining autism in children with special needs. When I came across this video, I felt it was, once again, I felt it was a necessary video
the services that were
for me to share and, you know, look at it through a different perspective. Because, you know, I also worked with a lot of kids that were in K-12 education that had special needs. So it was, for me, I always kept my mouth shut and my eyes open and learned. Because kids with special needs, that's a whole different type of care that parents have to develop and become a part of when they have a special needs child. So here we go, fathers. Here's the next video.
It's very quiet. It's just weird being in here with it kind of empty.
For years, we watched as Anna and Ava Bullard spoke before legislative committees and lobbied in the halls.
But I kept coming, and Ava kept coming with me.
I'm Ava Bullard.
They kept coming, kept telling their story, hoping lawmakers would listen. Ironic, since as a baby, Ava's mom thought her daughter was deaf. She would cry at odd times and didn't seem to respond to sounds. But she's not deaf.
No, she could hear. I can hear.
It wasn't a hearing impairment. It was autism.
Skills, play skills. The shocking part was that none of the services that were prescribed by the physician were covered in the state of Georgia by insurance or by Medicaid.
Determined to help, they maxed out their credit cards. Their families chipped in too, hoping ABA, applied behavioral analysis, would make a difference. After a few weeks, the progress was obvious. What was her first word?
Cheeto? I think it was Cheeto.
We're basically figuring out the function. Why is this person doing the behavior that they're doing?
That's ABA trained therapist Lindsay Jones. She says it is an important tool to help children and their parents find healthy ways to communicate.
Sometimes the youth either get too big and it becomes stress. Sometimes that's the parents where they feel overwhelmed and they just can't handle it.
And we know when that happens, children are more likely to be abandoned. There are therapies for children with autism. It took 7 years.
The law was signed by Governor Deal right there.
We're going to do something about that today.
Not only did Georgia mandate insurance providers cover therapies for children with autism, It's at a high Medicaid reimbursement rate compared to other states.
So that has brought a lot of providers here to Georgia.
It is proof that if you properly fund a program, providers willing to deliver it will come.
Stop. I'm gonna need you to get your hands on my face.
Child welfare advocates say it is time to take this same approach to other parts of our behavioral health care system. And we can't wait 7 years to do it.
If we don't address the parity issue, then we're going to continue to struggle.
Gwen Skinner is the vice president of operations for Devereaux, a psychiatric residential treatment facility in Metro Atlanta.
Devereaux serves children with significant emotional disturbance.
It is one of the few facilities that will work with children struggling with aggressive tendencies, another gap in our behavioral health care system.
It's a specialized service. And so you have to accept that it's going to cost more.
It may cost more, but she says Georgia doesn't pay more, forcing her facility and others to take patients from states that do reimburse at higher rates. For example, Georgia pays about $2,800 for a child to receive a week of treatment at Devereaux. Florida will pay $4,200.
The providers are beginning to take more and more out-of-state youth in order to remain financially viable. And so that means Georgia youth, when they have those needs, there's nowhere to go.
She says that gap leads to problems with access and workforce. According to Voices for Georgia's Children, there's a shortage of mental health professionals in almost every county. Nearly half don't even have a single full-time psychiatrist or psychologist. That's why Skinner jumped at the opportunity to serve on the state's Behavioral Health Reform and Innovation Commission.
My first thought was, I want to be a part of that. But then my second thought was, I hope it's not going to be just another commission that makes recommendations and doesn't result in sustainable change.
She hasn't seen that change yet, but believes the next legislative session will be different.
I think it was right here.
Anna and Ava warn not everyone will want to spend the money.
I'll never forget one of the legislators looked at me and he said, "It's not personal." And I thought, it's very personal. It's very, very personal.
The Georgia Insurance Commission has increased monthly insurance premiums by 97 cents.
I am Ava Camille Bullard and I'm 8 years old.
But Ava says, look at what that dollar has done for her.
I wouldn't be where I am today at all.
From a toddler that couldn't talk to a senior at Tombstone High School, a cheerleader at the top of her class as a dual enrollment student at Georgia Southern.
We just didn't give up.
You just kept coming back.
Kept coming back. I think they were shocked every time, a lot. So what are we going to do next?
As Georgia looks at how to help those children with severe emotional disturbances, Bullards hope their story offers some hope that change can happen if you're willing to fight.
Okay, parents, there's just some things in our life that should be automatic. And, I don't do politics. I really have a disdain for politics and politicians because of the foolishness and nonsense that we have to deal with and fight with our government. That should be automatic. I mean, our children are all that we have. That's our legacy, right? And I have friends that have autistic children. I have a first cousin that has an autistic son, and just all the things. She's an incredible mother. Watching her maneuver and the care for her son and what she has to go through and what she's been through it's just disheartening and sickening to me. How so many parents with children that have special needs, the uphill battle they have to deal with, just everything's a fight. Common ass sense solves a lot of these issues, but we don't do that as adults. And then what ends up happening is our children pay. It's just, I just get angry at a lot of political, crap. It's just crazy how kids on the receiving end of adult foolishness and adult nonsense. Everything's a game. Everything has to be played, and it just doesn't make any sense when you have a special needs child. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So wanted to share that. Give me your feedback, give me your thoughts. And this is part of the education from Grow Dad YouTube channel through instruction and information. This is how I'm reaching fathers. So I will eventually reach the fathers that need to be reached. Building my YouTube channel organically is the best thing that I could do. And I'm happy I'm doing it that way. So, all right, fathers, I have one more video that I want to share with you. And this next video is incredible. Came across it. I've watched it about 4 times. And this is the reuniting of a daughter and her mother after 41 years. She hasn't seen her mother in 41 years. This woman, I believe, is 43 years old now. So her mother didn't raise her, any of her siblings. But it's a very interesting story and how it ends. How sometimes parents can fall out of their children's lives and there be a good ending. So kids are resilient and they're a lot more forgiving than adults will ever be. So I want to share this video. Let me get it set up. Okay.
So tell me what happened.
Okay. This last video it's 15 minutes long, and then we'll end the live stream. I appreciate you fathers for participating and being part of Grow Dad YouTube channel. Here we go, fathers. Here we go, parents.
All right. Rita, who do we have here?
We have my daughter, thank God, and I'm happy, very happy
So
now.
tell me what happened. You guys reunited.
We reunited through your program of the Soft White Underbelly. Thank God for your show.
Yeah.
And you have changed my life, you and God.
Yeah, no, we've talked about that. You have lived with on your own without your children for how long?
Without my kids. I never had my kids because I was an unfit mother. I was in and out of mental institutions and
then,
doing drugs.
Yeah, and then after one of the videos I posted of you probably a year ago almost?
Yes.
Maybe less than that even. I got an email from Luana, your daughter, saying, to correct me if I was wrong, but if I'm wrong, but you said like, that's my mom, but that story is all bullshit and it's all fake. And she was never in a mental institution, never this, never that. She's making all that shit up.
I did, Mark. I was so upset because it was like the way she was looking, and I was like, I'm looking at this lady who looks exactly like me, and I was so shocked to see what I was seeing because I didn't know her. I'm 44 and it's been about 41 years since I had seen her.
Wow.
So it was crazy. It was.
But then when you got to know your mom again, you found out that a lot of the story was true.
No, all of it was true. Everything was true. I seen the paperwork. I seen the medications. I talked to her. Was it case management, Mommy?
Yeah.
Her case management, like all of it was true. It is. It's true.
I told him it wasn't for Mark, that it wasn't. I was just making it up like other people for money. It was for real.
It was Mark. It was.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos on my channel that I've done 8,000 of these. I only use about a quarter of those.
Okay.
And that's because there's a lot of people that come in and give me these stories that are not really.
Because you don't only
true.
help them, you help reunite, and you brought our family back together. Me and my kids back together.
All of us.
I'm
Yeah.
very thankful. You deserve a lot of.
Yeah, that's happened a lot on my videos.
Yeah.
People see them. They'll see family members that they haven't seen in years. They have no idea where they are, and all of a sudden, they
You know what's
reconnect.
funny is I actually I was looking for my mother. Like I want to say it was about 10 years ago. I actually sent a private investigator and I found her. But when I found her, they said that she was in a rehab, but it wasn't a rehab. It was actually the mental institution, but that's not the way they portrayed it to me. So I couldn't contact her. They wouldn't let me. They told me that they would give her the information and they just didn't. So I was just waiting and waiting and waiting and never heard from her until I seen your channel. And I have been subscribed. So yeah, like
your channel reunited us.
We did, yeah.
It's crazy to see your mom on a YouTube channel.
Oh,
I imagine.
Do you know how many tears I haven't cried? And I don't know. The only person I really ever cry for is my son. I have a 24-year-old son who I raised, single parent, great child, never been in trouble. He, never been arrested, all these good things. He works at a bank. He's doing excellent in life. So I only really cry for him or things that's going on with him. For whatever reason, he brings the emotion. But seeing my mom, oh my God, I could not stop. I called everybody. I called my father who raised me. And I was telling him, and he was like, that is so good. He was like, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna keep praying for you. And it was so crazy. I finally, my mom, I was waiting for her to call, and it was days, and I was so confused, and it was I was so many emotions because I was being impatient, and then she finally called me. She was like, my phone is broken. I have to keep doing something to it. She was like, it's gonna, as soon as I leave, it's gonna go out. She was like, I'm waiting for a new one. I was crying. I said, please, mommy, please contact me. Please, I want to talk to you. And I did. And I ended up coming down on Christmas.
Yeah. You live in Arizona?
I do live in Arizona.
So you come down from Arizona how often now?
Once a month, at least once a month, and spend a week with my mommy.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it is. Thanks to God and you, Mark.
Man, thanks to you, Mark. You literally are our angel.
Well, I mean, I would thank just social media for being the
is amazing. Because who would ever thought?
Platform where you guys can reconnect.
For years.
Yeah. Because Mark, have you ever looked back and seen like how long I've been subscribed? I've been subscribed to your channel for a couple of years now.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't go.
I don't know. I got dozens of subscribers, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was so crazy, but so amazing.
But I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you, Mark.
I mean, you went through your whole life without your mom.
Without my mommy. Yeah. Yeah.
And thanks
you know
to
what?
your channel, we found it.
Yeah. But being with her, it doesn't feel like that. I don't know. Like the feeling is indescribable. Like it doesn't feel like I missed this time with her. Yes, I'm getting to know her, and yes, she's getting to know me.
Did you know her at all as an infant?
No, she lost me. I was like 3 years old.
But you reconnect now, 41 years later.
Yes, please.
And it's like
thanks to your channel.
Yeah, I know.
She's making sure y'all know.
Rita's like a PR person.
And me and her, we do everything. We could laugh, have fun.
We do.
We don't. It ain't the old lady and daughter thing. It's a real.
It's a friendship.
Yeah.
But I mean, Luana, you seem so well adjusted now. Your dad must have done a great job raising you.
You know what, Mark? I'm gonna be honest with you. My father was an amazing father. Like he was a present father. He was the type of man who protected and provided. He raised all of his kids. He was a single father for like 8 years, 9 years before he met his wife. And it was like a back and forth because my father worked 2 jobs. He works, very hectic jobs. So we were back and forth between his parents and him, but we did so well in life. I mean, granted, we as humans, we all have our, our struggles, our issues, but he still is today an active father. I can call my father right now and say, hey, Dad, hey, listen, I'm in this situation. I need whatever. And if he has it, he's gonna come through.
That's great.
Yeah. So most people can't say that they had their fathers, especially being African American, but he was a great, amazing father. And his parents, his mother and father, those were also like my parents because we were back and forth.
It's a beautiful story.
Yeah. Thank you.
You have 2 brothers?
Yes. I actually have 8 siblings total, but with my mom, she has 2 other sons and me. So it's 3 of us with my mom.
And Rita's other 2 sons, tell me about them.
My oldest brother, Steve, me and him share the same father. which our father raised us, and my youngest brother, he has his own father and his set of grandparents.
But I think Rita mentioned that they were in prison or something like that.
No, well, they were, but they around Thanksgiving time. I'm not sure exactly which days, but around Thanksgiving time, they were both released. So they're both out. They're both doing good. My oldest brother Steve, he's in like halfway.
He's a landscaper for the park, Randolph Park.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know. My mom talks to everybody. She talks to all her kids now.
Yeah, Rita's really good about.
Yeah, she does not play that. She'd be like, I text you 10 minutes ago. Where are you?
She nags me all the time.
I'm like, okay, mommy, I'm sorry, I'm at work. I'm gonna call you back.
So,
Like,
so what do you guys do now when you're together?
Everything.
We go
eat.
out to eat, and we decorate my house. Look at my
house
phone.
is
It's
beautiful.
She has a beautiful place.
When I was coming and asking you to, will you buy me this? I really go buy.
I
Look,
promise
you made my house.
her
I still got the blanket you gave me when I didn't have nothing, and I first moved
Didn't they get you
from Ski Row. I still got the
TV
blanket.
or a sofa or something like that?
And
She has a beautiful room. Her house is Mark, you know, when you think about like mental, like, you know what I'm saying, people like that, you don't expect to walk into this amazing, you expect to walk in and be junky or no. My mommy does not play that. Let me put a bowl in the sink. Here she be like, oh, you done with this bowl? Let me wash this for you. It's gonna be right here for if you need it. Her house is beautiful. It smells good in there. You can see that she really does like keep her everything intact. It's crazy. Every time I walk in, I'm like, oh, it's so nice in here, Mom.
Some of that stuff's genetic, probably. You probably have some of the same qualities.
You know what? It's crazy. I am exactly like my mother. It's so everything about her heart, the way she gives, the way she is with people and how people love her. I am exactly the same
everything
way.
but the cartwheel, you know.
The cartwheel, she said everything with the cartwheel.
Rita's energy is so positive all the time. And it was tragic for me to see her on Skid Row, where it's just a bunch of snakes and wolves that are just trying to take advantage of everybody. And here's Rita, who's this like innocent little person who's just being taken advantage of. It was horrible.
And you know what's crazy is she gives so willingly. Like, people really don't have to do that, because Mark, I'm telling you, when I tell you, if she got it, we went to go pay the phone bill. We had just purchased TV. We went to go pay the phone bill. This lady walked in. She was like, can I borrow some money? My mommy said, you don't have to borrow it here because you don't know me to borrow it. Let me give it to you. And gave this lady some money. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, you don't see, people are like, no, this is my money. But she really she has a beautiful heart, man. It's crazy. And I'm like her.
Yeah, I love everybody. I'm thankful for life. And mainly, I got my kids thanks to you. Yeah.
Rita's story is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's turning out to be a beautiful story, Mommy. What you think?
Yeah.
You think so?
Story is.
It's more than just offering
pictures.
It's more than just offering the help, though.
Yeah.
For people watching this, it's like, I've interviewed so many thousands of people. The ability to accept help is the first thing I look for. And that's pretty rare.
And I definitely accepted all that.
Yeah, no, you took it and ran with it.
And I on down to being trashy, looking nice. He helped me buy me clothes, and he got me out of from Ski Road, and before I had my own place, he was paying people to let me live there instead on the streets.
Oh, she did tell me
He was helping
that.
me stay off the streets.
Yeah, Skid Row's it's not a place for someone like Rita.
No, they won't even give you leftover food on Ski Row. I cried for him a few days, telling they throwing away food in that building I live in, and they don't even want to give it to me. And he'll go and take me and give me some food, or he'll give me money to get food. I'll go right across the street, buy me $1,000 hot dogs. Hot dogs and soup, because
My mommy loves hot dogs. I can't do it.
It's just really nice for me to see somebody, and this has only happened a handful of times, where somebody really gets their lives together and changes Changes
for the
everything.
better. So you see them when they're the lowest, and then you see them when they change.
Yeah, but very few change. Very, very few. I could name them right now. Just it's like 5, 6, 7 people that have done it.
Did Kelly change?
I'm sorry?
Kelly?
I haven't seen Kelly. She was your neighbor
Yeah.
at the Ellis.
She lived
Hotel.
in the Ellis.
What is that, Mommy?
That apartment that I lived
The
in.
Ellis
had
Hotel is a-
Roaches and the rats.
I had rats like a pet shop.
Oh my
and
God,
spiders.
that's crazy.
Yeah. And the people in that building were the craziest, like murders and overdoses and
Yep.
everything, like on a daily, weekly basis.
Yep. Every day almost.
You can make a movie in that building
Yeah.
or a weekly series. It's crazy.
My mommy, like when we're sitting there, she just starts reminiscing about, it really hurts my feelings to hear, like
What she
that's
went through?
really,
Yeah, she went through some awful stuff.
I would have never imagined, Mark.
But not no more.
She don't like, she didn't let it bring her down.
Right.
I wouldn't.
It's like it never happened.
I wouldn't.
Some people can do that. Some people can just like go through hell and they're resilient, and it doesn't give them the shame and all the mental trauma and the PTSD and all that stuff. They seem to just write it out somehow.
Because of God.
Like it never happened.
I'm different. I'm not like that, Mark. Oh my God, I am such a crybaby. If I'm hurting, I'm crying right now. My feelings is hurt. I'm crying right now. Everybody's about to know I'm sad. My mommy's the total
you gotta
different.
get on your knees and give it to God because it's all things possible through strength and of God.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy
See
for you
this
guys.
happen.
Thank you, Mark.
It's a really sweet story.
Thank you, Mark.
Your last one was really sweet, but this one's even, it just adds some like,
And her hair as long as mine.
She's so crazy. She keeps on telling why she is so silly.
Yeah.
My mommy is so silly.
But you're welcome. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm just very happy to have a story like this.
Because
on my
they're trying
channel.
to eat burritos.
It's really sweet.
Yeah.
See? Oh my God.
Read is fun.
So
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Rita.
Okay, parents. Okay, fathers of daughters. White Underbelly is, I came across his YouTube channel. All videos are in the description. So every video that I share through education and information with instruction, they're all in the description every week. Everything I share, all the statistics, everything's always in the description. So you always have access. But very interesting YouTube channel. He's got close to 2 million followers, and this man is done. He's interviewed everything. So I would suggest you go to his YouTube channel and get familiar with it. I feel good that he's not one of these YouTube channels that when you use his videos, he flips out about it and he's going to try to give you a copyright strike. He doesn't do that. I think he's appreciative that his videos are being shared with the world, and they should be, because I'm telling you, what he does on his YouTube channel is amazing. So it's in the description, White Underbelly. Check him out. Check out his videos. He's got something for everybody. Okay, fathers, another successful live stream. Another successful live stream. I believe that is live stream number 45. I started live streaming in July of 2023. So I'm still grinding. Every week I'm here getting it together, sharing information with fathers. I'm hopeful. Fathers. Okay. Next week we have another live stream. I'm going to live stream next Saturday instead of Sunday, because next week I'm going to be hanging out with my girls. It's Father's Day. Who knows what they're going to get me into? Love my adult women. They're funny, crazy, and just love being with them. So, all right, fathers, I want you to have a good week. Enjoy them babies. Validate them babies. Kiss them babies. Tell them you love them. Hug them. Do what we do as dads. So that last video just wanted to share because through the lens of a child, even after 41 years, look how it's ended. Kids are resilient, even when they become adults. Children are resilient. All right, fathers, you know the routine. Till next week, I'm out. I'm going to holler at you. Peace.